Let's talk about something that can feel, well, pretty huge for any parent. Financial planning for your child's future. I know, it can seem overwhelming. But today, we're going to break it all down into clear, manageable steps. The goal here is to turn that anxiety into action.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. We all want the same thing, right? To build the most secure and happy future we can for our kids. But sometimes, it feels like you're putting together this incredibly complex puzzle, but you've lost the picture on the box. The good news? We're going to find a guide to put every single one of those pieces in its place.
And this feeling, it's just so universal. It's captured perfectly right here by Candace, a parent whose own journey is the reason we have the tools we're looking at today. It's a really powerful fear, for sure. But you know what? It's also an incredibly powerful motivator.
And that's our starting point. See, this kind of planning, it isn't really about spreadsheets or bank accounts, not at its core. It's rooted in something so much deeper, that profound emotional need to know our kids will be safe and supported and truly understood, no matter what happens.
Candace's own journey really kicked into high gear when her son was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. That whirlwind of uncertainty, those late nights spent worrying about what the future holds, I'm sure so many of you can relate. Her mission to build a secure future for him is exactly what led to the clear, practical resources we're about to explore.
So with that emotional why really clear in our minds, let's switch gears to the practical how. This is where you start taking control, and it all begins with a simple but really powerful tool, the organizer.
I want you to think of this as your pre-planning mission. It's not as scary as it sounds, I promise. The document organizer just breaks this huge task of gathering information into 4 clear, simple categories. So, before you even talk to a financial advisor or a lawyer, this checklist makes sure you have every single crucial piece of information all in one place.
Okay, so once you're organized, what's next? The next step is to understand the key financial instruments you actually have at your disposal. And listen, this isn't about becoming a financial expert overnight. It's just about knowing your options so you can go in and ask the right questions.
First up, we have the ABLE account. The easiest way to think about this is like a specialized savings or checking account with some great tax advantages. It's specifically designed for those qualified, day-to-day, and recurring disability-related expenses, things like housing, education, or healthcare needs.
And then you've got the Special Needs Trust, or SNT. So if the ABLE account is like your checking account for daily life, the SNT is more like a super secure vault. It's a legal tool built to hold larger sums of money for those extra expenses that government benefits just don't cover. Things like entertainment, vacations, or other things that really enhance quality of life.
And this is where it gets really interesting. When you see them side by side, the key takeaway here is how they can work together. Just look at the SSI impact row. See that? An ABL account balance over $100,000 can actually suspend benefits, but an SNT has no impact at all. This is absolutely crucial. So the ABL account is great for daily expenses, but the SNT protects those larger assets without putting essential government support at risk. That's why for so many families, the best strategy isn't choosing one or the other, it's using both.
Right. So those financial tools are just one part of the equation. A plan is, well, it's just not complete if it doesn't also capture that invaluable human element of your child's life. And this is the question that's really at the heart of our next tool. I mean, think about it. How do you make sure that all the little things, the preferences, the quirks, the routines that you know by heart, get passed on to the people who will care for them in the future?
The answer is the letter of intent. Now, this isn't a legal document, but in a lot of ways it's just as important. Think of it as the ultimate user manual for your child, written by the world's foremost expert on them, you. It's the place where you can pour in all the details, all the instructions, and all the love.
And this illustrates perfectly how it's structured. It's like chapters in their life story. It covers everything from their daily routines and their totally unique personality, all the way to your deepest hopes for their future. This is the document that makes sure a future caregiver doesn't just manage their needs, but that they truly know them as a person.
So let's bring all of this together. From organizing your documents, to understanding your financial options, to capturing your child's unique story. You can see how each step is designed to build on the last one, creating a plan that's not just comprehensive, but full of purpose.
Because at the end of the day, this is so much more than just paperwork, isn't it? Following these steps, filling out these forms, it is a profound act of love. It's how you make sure that your care, your wisdom, and your presence are felt in your child's life long, long into the future. So, I'll leave you with this thought. If you were to start today, just for a minute,
What's the very first detail about your child that you'd write down in that letter of intent? Maybe it's their favorite food, or a funny little quirk, or the one thing that always makes them laugh. Just starting with that one small detail, well, that's the first step on this really empowering journey.